Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're about to start game two here, Andy Kirk Field at beautiful Itawamba Community College in Fulton. In the circle for the Indians, game two will be Lizzie Meeks, sophomore, out to the outstanding season. She's facing number 18, Rivers Wilkins, the left fielder, leading off for Mississippi Delta. Wilkins in the first game went 1 for 4. She bunted, had a leadoff, got on base her first at bat as a leadoff hitter. So Meeks is trying to avoid that here, starting the game two. Your Indians were victorious in game one, 6-1, for their third MACCC conference win of the young season. Starts off with 2 balls, no strikes. Meeks comes in. She is tied for 7th in the MACC and 15th in the country with 7 wins. She's 6th in strikeouts in the MACC with 52. Third in ERA with a 2.59 ERA. Outstanding sophomore season for Lizzie Meeks. Swing and a miss. There will be 2 balls, 1 strike. Her official stats for Meeks, she, like I said, 7-1 on the season, 46 innings pitched. She's only given up 39 hits, 11 walks, and 52 strikeouts. So she had a big win on Friday here against Gulf Coast. That pitch shows bunt. Umpire calls strike. That will even the count at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Good job by Meeks there. Colin coming back. Got Colin Mingo, our assistant athletic director, compliance guy here for ICC, helping me in the ICC Foundation, Alumni Foundation broadcast booth.
I'm here, Coach Kirk. I'm not pulling. I don't have my stat sheet, but there's a big Renaissance Bank strikeout to start the game there for Meeks.
Just what Meeks wanted to keep that leadoff hitter off, and Wilkins. This will bring up number 2, number 11, Zaya Gunner, the shortstop. We'll have your Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works starting lineups in between the top and the bottom half of the first inning here. First pitch here to Gunner. That ball's down. In the first game, Gunner, she batted lower in the lineup. She was 0 for 3. Had some good at-bats, flew out to left, popped up to center, struck out. So she's getting moved up into the 2-hole here in game 2 for the Trojans. Meeks rocks, fires. Strike on that outer corner. Already seeing that umpire likes that outer half there, Colin.
Yeah, good job by Meeks, jumping right back in just like she did in the falling 2-0 with the lead off. And again, falling behind 1-0 here, but getting right back in the count.
1 ball, 1 strike. That was, all right, a lot of people don't realize, and I have to ask Coach Owens, but it was almost like a rise ball, but it wasn't as fast. Some people do throw a rise ball as their changeup. They'll get up under it, and it'll spin a lot, and it'll kind of back up to the hitter instead of exploding up. I haven't seen her throw that this year. There's a hard drop ball. Bottom fell out of that. She went to swing at it. Next thing you knew, it was in the dirt.
I told you earlier, trying to learn about the pitching. Of course, I'm interested in that, and it's a little bit different in softball. Of course, all the different speeds and changing speeds within the same type of pitches, everybody's a little different.
Ooh, 2-2 pitchers right off that plate. Zoe Goodman's a catcher here for the Indians in game 2, and she liked that one, but didn't get the call there from a new home plate umpire. Runs the count full. Good job by Gunner here battling. Payoff pitch. Fouled off at the plate. We'll do it again. Set the defense here for the Indians. Almost the same defense as we had in game 1. We got Fields in left, Dawsey in center, Partlow in right. Same outfield. Across the infield, Shands at third, Snell at short. Got Fisher short getting a start here at second base. A.B. Marler at first. Meeks pitching. And like I said, Zoe Goodman been our game 2 catcher most all the year. You got to have 2 catchers in this game.
Got to have 2. Tough to catch 14 innings on a consistent basis, and or if you go extras like we did on Friday, having to turn around and catch more innings than that, it wears on a catcher over the course of a season. And same thing with the pitchers. You want to have at least 2 good ones. Luckily for the Indians here, we've got a staff here. Coach Owens has built some depth there with the arms that he has and been able to run out there in the circle as well.
He's done a tremendous job putting the staff together this year for the Indians. Pitch, swing, and a miss. Oh, got a piece of it. I'm right behind the catcher and umpire, and I get blocked until I saw that ball rolling back out there, and Goodman paid the price on that. Some of these stats we talked about on the pitchers and what the hitters have done are brought to you by Samstown Market, downtown Manatee. Well, if you'll show up at 6 o'clock tonight in the Davis Event Center, you'll get to hear Sam on the PA system in the semifinals of the region men's basketball tournament. Winners get to go face head-to-head on Thursday night in the finals, and winner of that gets to go to Hutchinson.
They go to Hutch.
That's in the national tournament.
Kansas, the national tournament's been out there for quite a few years now on the men's side.
And the pitch. Strike 3 call. Another big Renaissance Bank strikeout there for Meeks for her second to start the game out. No better way to start a game out than your defense not have to make any plays. So Lizzie Meeks with a big Renaissance Bank strikeout, her second of the game. Let's bring up the number 3 hole hitter, Raylan Darby. Darby had a big first game. She was 2 for 3, had 2 singles and got on by an error. So she was on base all 3 times she came to the plate, Colin.
Yeah, Darby had a good game in game 1 for the Trojans. Good pitch there by Meeks to get ahead.
Meeks is not playing around.
Early and often, as we like to say.
Early and often.
Pitching. You just tell them, get in that zone early and often. Go at them.
That's exactly right. The Guarantee Bank first pitch was at 4 o'clock today. Did fail to mention that one. Another strike, 0-2. Good job by Meeks. We do like to give shout-outs to all of our sponsors. We appreciate each and every one of those, even if we forget to give them as much love as Adam Gore would if he was here. He's the godfather, the voice of the Indians, but we do the best we can. 2-strike pitch, off the plate a little bit. Pitcher's pitch, Meeks trying to see if she can get Darby to reach for it. And good hitters do not fall for that. I don't know which category I'd probably swung at it. I ain't gonna lie. It looked pretty good coming in there, but then it went off the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And on the corner again, I think that one might have been just up a little bit. I don't think it's off the plate too bad, but
looked good from up here.
It did look good.
I don't see how they lay off. You know, was talking about that and the difference with baseball and softball again. It's not only shorter bases, but that distance from home or the circle there to home plate is a lot shorter too. Quick reaction time here.
Oh man, I'm talking about she is throwing some pitches, and that's what I know as a former pitcher, and you've been a pitching coach, is you won't have competitive pitches. She's throwing competitive pitches. She's making the hitter make a decision on every pitch, no waste. And a swing and a miss, and we start the game off with 3 Renaissance Bank strikeouts. 3 up, 3 down right there, and we will stay right here as we will get you our Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works starting lineups for each team. We will stay with the visitors of Mississippi Delta coming in with a record now of 12-7 7-12 on the season, and they're 0-1 in the conference. We saw the first 3 batters there, Wilkins, Gunner, and Darby. In the 4 hole will be 17 Tierra Campbell, the DP. 5 spot, number 7 Brooklyn Drawdy, the first baseman. 6 hole, number 6 Allie Johnson, the catcher. 7 spot, number 24, Michaela Jackson in right field. 8 spot, number 16, Ivana Gamage, the second baseman. And the 9 spot, number 21, Tylen Johnson in center field. And the pitcher in the circle, we'll get some stats on here in a little bit, is number 19, Morgan Woods, who's a pitcher flex. Those are brought to you by Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works. The starters for your Indians and Coach Owens and Coach Munson hope that they have that winning combination just like Coke does for Fields leading off for us in left field, Partlow in right field, number 19 A.B. Marler at first base, Snell playing shortstop, Luke playing DP, Zoe Goodman, number 21, being a 5 spot here in game 2 as a catcher. In the 7 hole, number 10, Fisher Short at second base. And then Shands at third base, Dawsey at center field. And as we saw, Lizzie Meeks in the circle there for that winning combination that Coach Owens and Munson believe they have. And we are about to head to the bottom of the first inning of a no score. Good job, Lizzie Meeks, with 3 strikeouts to start the game off the way that you want if you're an Indian.
Yeah, good job by Lizzie setting the tone early, getting us right back in the dugout, and hopefully we can get the bats going in game 2 early and not wait around like we did in game 1. Hopefully the Indians have got some at-bats under their belt here with that game 1 victory and put a little more consistency together here at the plate, Coach Kirk.
I know Coach Owens loved to see that because it did take us a while to get going. Yes, this is Victoria Fields leading off. She was 1 for 4 in game one. She had a big double there in the 7th inning, but was unable to score. She's had a lot of extra base hits so far on the season. That pitch is outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Morgan Woods in the circle for the Trojans. She has an 8.06 ERA. She's 1-4 on the season. This is her 8th appearance, her 7th game started. She's thrown 28 innings. She's given up 45 hits. She's having 13 walks and 5 strikeouts so far. That ball's down. They run the count 2 balls, 2 strikes.
The one positive, Coach Kirk, I'd say through this is, and talk about the consistency at the plate for the Indians, they've found ways to win in different ways. Every game hasn't been the same, and they've battled through and found ways to win.
That ball is driven out to center field. We've seen their outfield make some plays today. The only one mix-up was a slip there, but good play there by Johnson in center field. That'll be an FH to start the game. Yes, Colin, you're exactly right. We've sit up in the broadcast booth, and we have watched our Indians have 35 home runs so far in the season. We've seen them bang it out of the ballpark, and then we've had days where the wind's blown in, and they had to play some small ball, hit some more singles, doubles, keep the ball down. So it has been a fun bunch to watch so far, and we're excited about the next 12 doubleheaders. Still got 12 more after today. And this game 2 of a doubleheader, is just as important as game 1. So both these teams had to flush that one. You've been in that situation before.
That's JUCO. JUCO softball and baseball the same with these doubleheaders and playing 2. No matter what happens in game 1, you've got to turn around and do it again, so you've got to lock back in.
We got Skylar Partlow at the plate here, playing right field for the Indians. Skylar went 2 for 3 and scored a run in the first game. She and Darby for the Trojans, only hitters with 2 hits, multiple hits in game 1.
Yeah, and you know this all too well, Coach Kirk, being in this league and how competitive our conference is there's, 3 teams in the top 10 or 4? The latest polls that just came out yesterday. So each game is very important.
That's a foul ball, and it'll be run the count to 2-2. You're exactly right. This conference will eat you up, and it will chew you up and eat you up, chew you out. It'll do it all, man. You got me all bumfuzzled just thinking about it, man. You got me that. Yes, this is. Well, I know 2 weeks ago it came out 4 out of the top 5 teams in the nation were from this region. That has changed. New poll came out yesterday. Your Indians are ranked number 10. They've been no lower than 12. That's the highest they've been. We thought they would break the top 10 this week because of how impressive they have been on the roll now to be 21-4 on the season through 25 games. Got a battle right here, runs it full. One thing Partlow has done this year too, being that slap hitter, she's just pesky. She just keeps fouling balls off until she works a walk or she can get a mistake.
We talked about in game 1, her speed is a big difference maker for her as well.
Yes, she is. That ball's hit hard, and it's going to be a close play. Look at there. There's the speed you talked about, Colin. Great job by the second baseman to knock the ball down. That is damage, and by the time she's able to get back to her feet, Skylar's already there, and that's a base hit. Just what you want the Indians to have with Marler coming to plate, who's had a tremendous sophomore season, power-wise, RBI-wise, getting on base. And you talked about that speed, not just getting to first, but we know what Partlow can do at second. We didn't see a lot of stolen bases in game 1, but this is a totally different game here. First hit of the day for the Indians, first base runner at first base. Partlow fakes the steal, ball runs in. And one thing we have talked about, too, between baseball and softball teams at ICC in 2026, they don't get out of the way of the ball.
They don't get out of the way of the ball. That's a hit by pitch. That's another base runner on base, get the next person up and give them a shot to drive in runs. Speaking of baseball, real quick, we've got a break. Baseball picked up a big game 1 victory over Mississippi Delta on the road today. Our baseball Indians won 15-0. They were down in the 3rd inning 3-1 at Delta in game 2.
And that is the start of conference play for them, I believe, right? MACC.
First day of conference play for baseball today.
And those updates are brought to you by our friends at Renaissance Bank. Next pitch is up. This brings to the plate Grayson Snell, runners at first and second. Grayson batted in the 2-hole in first game. She was 0 for 3. But she is batting cleanup right here. She's got Marlowe down at first. She's got Partlow at second base. The Indians trying to break free and get a run here in the bottom of the first. Like you said, get a little breathing room a lot earlier than we did last game. That ball's up. You know, looking at the stats here for pitcher Woods, she doesn't strike out very many. So you know she must not have that put-away pitch as we've seen other players. But these can be those pesky ones where hitters can get too anxious and not wait until they get that good pitch to hit. They really have to use some patience, or she'll make you have a long day.
That's right.
Ball hitting the left center gap. Center fielder's got a beat on it. She's over. Makes a great play there. And once again by Tylen Johnson to run that ball down. She has covered some ground today, and that will keep your Indians at first and second base. That'll be at F8 if you're scoring at home. This will bring up the designated player, number 30, Ann Thomas Luke. Ann Thomas in game one was 1 for 2. She had a big double over the right fielder's head for 2 RBIs. She comes up, ground ball to third base. She feels it clean. She steps on third base, and that is a fielder's choice. 5 unassisted, gets Partlow out. And kudos to the Trojans. They get out of that situation first and second with only 1 out and do not give up a run. And we will head to the top of the second in just a moment. Welcome back. We're headed to the top of the second here at ICC. No score after 1. Trojans will send their DP in the 4 spot, number 17, Tara Campbell, to the plate. Campbell in game 1, she was 0 for 3 with a couple strikeouts there. She's facing Lizzie Meeks. Lizzie set Trojans down 1, 2, 3 with all strikeouts in the top of the first. You know those Trojans, Colin, they got over there in that dugout, and they've had a little powwow about what they saw with Meeks after that first inning.
They have. And they seen it with Montgomery coming in. Meeks, again, not the same look, but she is throwing pretty firmly. I don't know what the mile per hour here is, but we like to say in baseball, you know, we like to look at the gun all the time, but she's throwing it pretty hard.
Softball has become that way too. She's in the 60s for sure, and that ball is getting on you pretty quick. You know, the correlation with how close they are speed-wise, it's getting on there pretty fast. Those hitters, it's in that upper 80s to 90 range of you got to make that decision. Is what we mean.
What's the you know, you see it on ESPN, I guess, when they're showing some college softball that they throw that number out there, and then they throw what the equivalent to a baseball number, the miles per hour would be.
Yeah, that's where you start getting in the 60s. It's making that boom. It's getting on her quick right there to where she's having to make that decision. And it's 2 balls, 2 strikes, even the count. Good swing there by Campbell, but she comes up empty and another 2 strikes. I mean, that's the one thing Meeks has done. She's got 3 strikeouts, first 3 batters, and she's pounding that zone. Swing, and it's tap foul down third baseline. Good job by Campbell fighting. Yeah, a lot of people don't realize that when you're pitching from that distance, it is right on you quick, and they're just not throwing it straight down the middle. It's going up with the rise ball. It's going down with the drop ball, cutting into you with a curveball right here, going away from you with a screwball for that left-handed batter. And the pitch, inside curveball.
Oof.
Oh, he flinched on it. That's going to be ball 4. I guess it's 2-2. All right, it's full count.
She
The
fouled
the
pitch
hitter
before
faked
all.
me out because she kind of looked like, is that ball four? And I didn't think it was, and he flinched like he was going to call the strikeout. It was kind of up. He is not giving anything at the waist, and the waist is usually a striking fast pitch. But and that's outside. It's grounded to Shands. She fields it, comes across, strong throw to Marley, and that'll be a 5-3 put out. Good battle by Campbell right there. Made Meeks throw a lot of pitches. Got to see different pitches, so she's going to give some more information to her teammates over there in that Trojan dugout. This will bring up number 7, Brooklyn Drade, the first baseman for Trojans. She was 1 for 3. She knocked in the only run for the Trojans in that 6-1 loss in Game 1. Meeks rocks, fires, first pitch strike. And as a former pitcher and like I said, pitching coach, John, how important is that first pitch strike?
First pitch, you set the tone. Kind of like we say, it starts with the circle and the person on the mound, but it puts you at an advantage for really dig into that repertoire that you have and go at that hitter.
Yeah, it can change a whole at bat, whether it be a 0-1 or 1-0, what you can go with next. And like right there, that pitch was low, but if she chases it now, it's a 0-2 count. But it goes to a 1-1 count. It's a pitch you want to get right back in there again if you can. And she does. Ground ball to the shortstop. She fields it. Strong throw across. And she's out. Great play there by Grayson Snell, the shortstop, to get it across to Mara just in time to nab Drade. That would be a 6-3 put out for your second out. Now bring up the catcher, number 6, Allie Johnson.
Yeah, Coach Kurt, we used to say out or ahead in 3 pitches. So we want to out or we want to be ahead in the count within those first 3 pitches. And that first pitch strike is very important to being able to do that within those 3 and being efficient.
Not only does it help you command that strike zone, it also gets your defense ready to play behind you. I know that as a position player and a pitcher and a coach. Your defense is a lot better when the pitcher's pounding the strike zone and they're staying engaged. Allie Johnson has caught both games. She caught the first game for the Trojans. She's back out there again. She was 0 for 3 in Game 1, all strikeouts, so she is looking for her first contact in fair territory today. The 2 batters in front of her battled for the Trojans to put the balls in play after Meeks started out the game with 3 straight strikeouts.
Yeah, we talked about that earlier, the importance of having 2 deep into conference play and the length of a season there. It takes a toll on those behind the plate, and thankfully we've got 2 good ones in Lynch and Goodman who have done an outstanding job for the Indians so far, being able to split that time and split up those innings as well.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Pitch, curveball, outside corner. It's called 3. That is a Renaissance Bank 4th strikeout for Lizzie Meeks of the game, and that will be the 3rd out here in the top of the 2nd. That is 6 up, 6 down for Meeks, just what the Indians ordered. We will be right back with the bottom of the 2nd inning. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're headed to the bottom of the 2nd inning here. No score between ICC and your Trojans. It will be 6, 7, 8 coming up for the Indians. Number 21, Zoe Goodman leading off. This will be Zoe's first at bat of the day. She is facing Morgan Woods. Woods got out of the first inning, only get one hit. Did have a hit by pitch. Worked her way out of it, and she comes out firing a strike to Goodman. Look at that sun come out. Where was that yesterday?
Did that yesterday. It's been in and out today.
That's strike 2. That ball was fouled off. I think it went off her foot and then took a different angle down that third base line there. I'd like to give a call out to some of our sponsors: Little Caesars, Metro Ford in Tupelo, Max Homes, Bank Oklahoma, the ICC BSU, Sam's Town Market, the ICC Wesley Foundation. A lot of our great sponsors we have. That's a swing and a miss, and that'll be the first strikeout there for Woods. She gets the first big out here in the bottom of the second inning.
Number 10, Fisher.
And this will bring up number 10, Fisher Short, second baseman for your Indians, freshman out of IAHS, who just, as I mentioned earlier, Daily Journal paper has them as the number 1 softball team in the area right now. That's very impressive.
They've been playing well. They've got a good group coming off a state championship win this past year, 2025.
Line drive up the middle, and that's going to be a base hit for Short. When I know Gore says it all the time, I'm going to bring it up, but, man, Fisher makes me feel old because I remember when she was old enough to come to that first Little League camp, she was here. She did not miss a camp in my 11 years that I was coaching here. This will bring up Taylor Shands, the third baseman. Shands in the last game was 1 for 3, had a big double and an RBI there in that 5th inning to get the Indians their 6th run of that game. She fires, ball's down, runner at first. Do want to give a big shout out to my family listening today. Miss Dana, the former team mom for the ICC softball team. She's got Levi and Liza with her, and they are traveling back home. Levi's got a little coach pitch practice tonight, his first one.
First one.
Yeah, moving
Fun
up from
times.
T-ball to coach pitch, so he's fired up and ready, I can tell you that. We need Shands to get back to her swinging ways. We've talked about she's got 18 career home runs here at ICC through a year and a half basically so far.
Be a good time for number 19.
And she hits them to all parts of the field.
You were talking about earlier, Coach Kirk, so you played a big role in Fisher's development and getting to this point, is what you're saying.
I put that on her granddaddy, Keith Reese. There ain't no doubt. He kept them kids going everywhere they wanted to. She has a big support group with her family. I know that. That ball's outside. But talking about IAHS, our local high school here in Fulton, you got 2 starters here. With her Partlow, both were on that state championship starters last year of that team, and they got several other ones going to college next year, and Coach Mann and them do a tremendous job.
He
3
has.
balls, 1 strike. Shands drives past the shortstop. Short gets to second base. She's going to stop right there. Good job by Gunner just to get a glove on that, but that's going to be an infield hit right there for Shands. She hit that ball hard, Colin.
Did hit that ball hard. Tough play by the shortstop. Still nearly made the play. Was able to get a glove on it, but just couldn't quite get there. Good job by Shands ahead in the count and driving that ball. Again, first and second, nobody out here. Let's see if the Indians can put something together.
This will bring up Elena Dossie in the 9 spot. She's been a tremendous 9-hole hitter for the Indians. She was 1 for 3 in game 1 with a big single there in that 5-run inning. She can do a lot of things right here. Puts a lot of pressure. You see the infield having to play in because she is a slapper. Outfield's playing in, but they still got to watch for that little gapper of her hitting that ball. It looks like the middle's wide open if she wants to try to get it past the pitcher there for a slap hit. She shows bunt. She pulls back, runs a count, 1 ball, 1 strike.
Maybe if she does bunt and a little push, that's shortstop. Shortstop's trying to go over to cover third. Maybe push it past the pitcher in that area there for a hit.
Saying that, I saw a baseball guy do the fake slash. Left-hander just like this, hit it down left field line, got inside the Parker home run.
Oh, wow.
It pops it up, third base, makes a good play. Not what Coach Owens and them had on the bingo card right there, but Darby charging in, gets the pop up and shoot. That will record the second out on a pop 5 or F5, however you want to write it down, but it will flip the lineup back to Fields. Fields hit a fly ball in the center field, her first at bat. She's got runners at first and second. First pitch catches that corner away. That's one thing you can tell through the video that Woods doesn't have the speed that Meeks does, but she's keeping that ball away. She's crafty. She's spinning it and changing directions.
Changing speeds, changing directions, keeping the Indians off balance. But there's a hit.
Fields through the right side. Short's trying to throw. Right fielder comes up, hits a cutoff, and that will be the first run for the Indians. Great job. Fields has done that all year. She gets runners on. She's tough. That's a base hit for her, and that's 3 hits already for the Indians in this inning, and that will get it back to the other. We just mentioned the IHS graduate from last year, Skylar Partlow. She hit a base hit her first time up facing Woods. She knocks it down to the third baseman, going to throw across. Good throw there by Darby across the infield to Drotty, and that will end the inning. But the Indians do pick up one big run there to take the lead after 2 complete innings. We'll be right back on the ICC Sports Network. Welcome back. A softball action here in Fulton. ICC just scored 1 in the bottom of the second to take a 1-0 lead. We're headed to the top of the third. You have the 7, 8, 9 hitters for the Trojans coming up. This is number 24, Michaela Jackson, the right fielder. Jackson did not play in game 1. This is her first at bat of the day. Jackson comes in hitting .250 on the year. She has 4 hits, one of those being a double. One thing about Jackson, though, is she has a .500 on-base percentage because she has 8 walks, only 2 strikeouts on the season. So she worked some counts out of the 7-hole hitter. She's facing Lizzie Meeks, who's firing some strikes in there, as we've seen her do all season. She's gone 6 up, 6 down so far in this game. 1 ball, 1 strike, no outs. We're in the ICC Alumni Association Foundation broadcast booth. And the pitch, another strike on the outside. Today you have the pleasure or displeasure of listening to myself, Andy Kirk, with the broadcast, and Colin Minga, our assistant athletic director here at ICC. We're missing out on Adam Gore and Michael Upton at spring break, and Gore's got bigger things going on in the Davis Event Center with the semifinals of Region Men's Basketball Tournament. That's going to be a ball. Close pitch, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Mr. Upton, he's probably just traveling the country, knowing him.
He's enjoying spring break. So he's on a beach or sitting in the sun somewhere, I'm sure.
He's either doing that or out recruiting some alumni and all the stuff him and Mr. Jim do. That pitch, screwball inside. Woo!
I look good from here, Coach Kirk.
That was a very good pitch. I think she'd worked her way and up, and she finally came in with a hard screwball. And I believe she might have caught the umpire a little surprised on that one. But does run the count, 3 balls, 2 strikes. As long as he's consistent, we can handle it.
That's right.
And the pitch. That ball is down. That will be first base runner for the Trojans, and that's a leadoff walk, just what they want right there. Get started. This will bring up number 16, Ivana Gamage, the second baseman. In the first game, she was 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts. Wouldn't be surprised to see a bunt right here. Haven't had a lot of base runners. Hadn't had anybody in scoring position today. I see the Gamage is she's choked up. Way on the bat. So the Indians are in the bunt defense. She shows. And she's gone. The runner's moving, and she slides in, and she's going to be safe. That will be a stolen base for Michaela Jackson, the right fielder.
Good old fake bunt steal, Coach
Fake
Kirk.
bunt steal. That's one of my favorite ones. You always want more tools in your toolbox, and that's a good one to have right there because that bat gets in the eyes of that catcher. It keeps that catcher back a little bit, too. So now a runner in scoring position. Wouldn't be surprised to see them try to bunt her to third with less than 2 outs. She stands in. And that ball's going to be off. Did not show a bunt attempt. That's going to run the count to 1 ball, 1 strike. Indians still looking that she could lay down a bunt. Different philosophies. You know, Coach Hobbs might say, hey, let's have 3 opportunities to see if we can drive that run in instead of giving up an out for a bunt right here. She does show a bunt that time, and she does attempt. That was almost like a bunt and steal. She kind of bunted at it, and then she looked at the runner like, why didn't you take off? But that was out of the zone.
She was a little late getting around, too. I thought Coach Kirk was wanting to bunt, and if you're really trying to make that sacrifice, get squared around and give yourself up, as we like to say.
That's right. It'll be a 1 ball, 2 strike count. Meeks fires. And a swing and a miss, and that's a big Renaissance Bank strikeout right there for Meeks. That will be her 5th so far in this game, and that will be a big first out for your Indians. Just what you want. If they don't get the bunt down, you need to see if you can get some strikeouts and, before you get back to the top of the lineup. This will bring up number 21, Tylen Johnson, center fielder that's made so many outstanding plays out there defensively. In the first game, she was 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts, so looking for some contact here from Tylen. First pitch is a strike. Just what Meeks has done all year. She's pounding that strike zone.
Yeah, Johnson has played a great center field today for the Trojans. Been pretty busy out there. Done a great job for them.
She's down 0-1 in the count. 1 out. She hits one right at the second baseman short, and she catches the ball for the 2nd out of the inning. So made an adjustment right there by Johnson. That'd be Tylen Johnson. I need to say the full name because they got 2 Johnsons in the lineup right here with her and Allie, the catcher. That will get back to the top of the lineup here in Rivers Wilkins. She has a runner at second base with 2 outs. They're looking for that golden 2-out hit like the Indians had in the bottom of the 2nd inning to get their first run across. First pitch by Meeks, low and inside. It's going to be a ball. Wilkins struck out in her first at bat to lead off the game. She did have a hit in the first game. One of those lefties puts a lot of pressure on you right here because she can slap, she can bunt, she can swing away. Indians are in their slap defense. Some people call this, another thing, softball, they can call this a spider defense of how you set it up. I've seen it where they put the right fielder all the way almost in center field, saying that slapper's not going to pull it, and you really shift around left field, and you're trying to cause a web for them to hit it into. But your pitcher's got to throw it where you want them to throw it for it to work. If they leave one inside, or if that hitter decides I want to try to hook one and she can do it, then hit it to right field. There's no right fielder. She can run all day, and usually a slapper is going to be extremely fast. So here we got a 2 ball, 1 strike count with 2 outs. Meeks trying to get out of this without any damage with that leadoff walk. Pitch, swing, and a miss. I think the runner thought that might have been strike 3. Colin, she done ran out in between the bases and was kind of looking, and Goodman wasn't real sure if she wanted to make that throw. One reason she didn't want to make that throw is because Dawsey is playing left center right here with it being a slapper instead of center field. And if she overthrows her second baseman, that run's going to score automatically. Now we got Deuces Wild here. And the pitch, swing, tip. We talked about it on broadcast the other day. Some of these people I've heard in the crowd, they'll yell, catch the ball to the catcher on that tip, 3rd strike. And you just don't realize it's just a stab in the dark. You're going to catch the ball where it's supposed to be, and then that bat gets in between it. It's going to ricochet up or down. It's not going to be in the same spot. So you're just lucky if you can keep it in that mid. Most time you're not if they get a good piece of it. But we'll do it again, 2-2.
She went. Nope.
He
So
checked. Boy, she
Thought she did, Coach.
She peeled off, and she was nowhere near the That's a hard one. I'm just going to tell you, because she was running out being the slapper, and like her barrel got out far enough, but her whole body was almost headed to first. That'll be a full count. She rocks, fires, and it's hit up the middle of the shortstop, Phil Snell. She throws it to Marler. Big play there by Grayson Snell, the shortstop, to attack that ball and cut it off with a fast runner in Wilkins, and she will be out 6-3 for the third out. Good job by the Indians defense picking up Meeks behind her after the leadoff walk to not to allow anything, and we will head to the bottom of the third. The Indians leading 1-0.
Marler.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're headed to the bottom of the third here at ICC softball field as we have A.B. Marler, the number 3 batter, 3-4-5. Marler, Snell, Luke up for your Indians. Marler, that is the meat of the order. I know when I want meat, I think of Sam's Town Market, Colin.
Absolutely. Springtime, beautiful weather. Get the grill fired up.
As they say, I think it was Gore says grilling season. I questioned him about that on a baseball broadcast. I said, when is it never grilling season, Gore?
It's a little cold out. I find myself not grilling quite as much.
Well, I'm not going to say I didn't during the ice storm. We had it pretty rough without power for 6 days, so I did a lot of grilling and enjoy standing around the heat and stuff. And we had some Sam even hooked me up with a king cake during that time during the ice storm.
Had some king cakes, Mardi Gras season.
Man, yeah. And AB does what AB does. She's leading off this inning, and she's already at a 3-0 count. She's been, like we said, she's one of the top hitters in the MACC. She's number 1 in batting average and on-base percentage. Yeah, and that's ball 4.
We talked about AB earlier, doing a good job of spraying the ball around this year in her sophomore year, but she's also been a lot more patient. And, people trying to pitch to her and not getting herself out.
And that's what you got to do, because everybody knows that you're the power hitter, and they're going to try to get you out some way. And now we're going to have a discussion here because AB took second base, and it looks like the umpire behind the plate must have thrown his hands up, or that's what Mississippi Delta is saying. Now, as long as she does not – one of the things that we teach in softball, and I know Coach Owens does, I watch his team, she went all the way through first base. And as long as you turn on the inside and come back down the line until you touch first base again, you are live. So if that pitcher doesn't look at you at any time, you can take off and go to second. But if she does turn to throw at you, you got to continue going, because now I thought the umpire was about to talk about it, but she's going to get second base on it now. He's going to come out and he's going to have a discussion. Because if any of the umpires did throw up their hand, and that's what happens in baseball, the ball goes to the pitcher's man, usually they've got time called.
Right.
But as long as that runner has not come back to her original base, she can take off at any time. Even if the pitcher's in the circle with the ball, she's still live. She's got to make sure she comes back. So good job by AB right there of getting her a stolen base to get to second base. So now we'll have a runner at second, and it's going to be a pinch runner. That's going to be Morgan Green coming in to run for AB Marler. And this will bring up Grayson Snell. She flew out to center in her first at bat. No outs for the Indians. First pitch is flown out to center field. All but one play today. That's called. That'll be the first out of the inning. But all but one play for Johnson has been an out today. And the one play that she did not make, it was part of that 2 inches of rain we got where she slipped on the first thing and the ball fell in for a double. And if she got it to it, she's caught it today. This will bring up number 30, Ann Thomas Luke. She flew out in her first at bat. She has had some big RBIs for the Indians in her freshman campaign, though. Green with tremendous speed at second base. She gets jumped. Run ground ball to third base. She looks her back and throws hard across the infield. Nice play there by Darby. I'm telling you, that's how you draw it up as a coach, isn't it?
Can't coach it any better than that. Coach Kurt and Darby looks the runner back in green and knew she had plenty of time there, shuffled and
Zoe
threw the
Goodman.
ball across to first for the second out.
I thought she was going to get Green at first, try to get that, but she decided she did it. I mean, man, that's a hard throw because she's probably in line with her, too. She might have hit her in the back trying to throw it to the second baseman. This will bring up Zoe Goodman. She struck out in her first at bat. And she is hit.
Oh,
We mentioned it before. These Indians not going to get out of the way. ICC has got a bunch of base hit by pitches.
Number 10, Victor
Zoe's already taken a couple behind the plate today, the foul balls, so she's taking another one there.
Think she's going to be in that ice bath after the game.
I'm sure she'll enjoy some ice, and she'll be bruised up pretty good after.
Talking about the hit by
After
pitches, ICC is first in the conference and second in the nation with 22 coming into today. Fisher Short up to bat. Fisher with a good hard single up the middle, her last at bat. She's got runners at first and second, and we've got 2 outs here. Looking for that big hit again. As the Indians had that big inning, scored 5 in the first game to win 6-1. Looking for that crooked number, but it's going to come with 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. Pitch. It's up. She hits the ball. It's going to move between the second baseman and right fielders coming in, and she makes the play. Good job by Jackson out there taking charge. That was her ball all the way. And the Trojans get out of another inning, not giving up. We've had some base runners so far, but not getting many across, and it is 1-0 Indians. After 3, we'll head to the top of the 4 here shortly. Welcome back. We're at Andy Kirk Field here on the beautiful campus of Itawamba Community College. We're in the top of the 4th inning, and we've got a tight game here. Indians leading 1-0 over the Mississippi Delta Trojans. Trojans are sending 2, 3, and 4 up to the plate. This will be Zaya Gunner, the shortstop, who's played a great shortstop today for the Trojans. I tell you, she's facing Lazy Meeks, but Colin, Trojans have played good defense today.
They played great defense, and as you said, the outfield a little wet. Great job by Kirk Sheffield, Natchez, and Keith getting the field ready today, considering the rain we had last night. But it is still a little damp in the outfield.
This ball's driven out to right field. Partlow's got a beat on it. It's going away from her, and it's down. It's in the corner. She's trying to rally. Gunner is going to have a stand-up triple. I'm telling you, I play with some guys in golf, and they slice the ball every once in a while. That ball was slicing away from her, and it was right inside. It wasn't in the trees like they do in golf. It was right inside fair territory, and that is a no doubt triple for Gunner.
Perfect. Good job there by Gunner. Again, her speed. As soon as it got past Partlow again, Partlow nearly getting there, laying out. Great effort by Partlow, but couldn't place it in a better spot there off the bat of Gunner. So Trojans have something going here with nobody out and a runner at third here to start the top of the 4th.
This is their 3-hole hitter, number 13, Raylan Darby, third baseman. She struck out. And like you said, runner on third, less than 2 outs. Anything in the grass and outfield will score this run. Meeks is a strikeout pitcher in the circle for the Indians. As we said, she is 6th in the conference and 20th in the country, coming in with 52 strikeouts, and she's already got 5 in this game. She's had at least one in every inning. This would be a good time to pick up another one. She's going to pound that strike zone and keep that girl, keep Gunner at third base. Pitch. You see this sometimes with a few umpires. They just don't give up that belt high. And you know, throwing a rise ball, you'd like to have a few more of those strikes. But hey, be consistent. It's all we handle now. 2-0 hitters count for Darby. She rocks, fires, and it's fouled off. Good job by Meeks coming back right there. 2 balls, 1 strike. Getting that first strike on Darby right here.
Yeah, strikeout's what you want if you're an Indians fan here. Definitely want that. And if you're a Trojans fan, Darby, just find the barrel, as we say, and put it out there in the outfield, do a job. Don't have to have that big base hit here.
2 balls, 1 strike, and the pitch. Curveball on the corner. Strike 2. Good job. Yeah, Gunner led off this inning for the Trojans with a big extra base hit brought to you by Metro Ford in Tupelo. She stands down at third base with no outs, and now we have a 2-2 count on Darby. And the pitch. Curveball away. Good job by Darby fighting it off, hitting it down the right field line. It's you know, as an Indian, you would love to pitch a shutout, but right here, the odds are you're going to give up that run at third base with no outs.
That's right. Just limit the damage. Obviously, you're wanting to take it one batter at a time here, but runner at third, nobody out. You definitely don't want to give up more than one. You definitely want to give up that big inning, that cricket number, as you said earlier.
Yes, sir. And the pitch by Meeks. Screwball inside.
Ooh.
Didn't get the call. That would run the count full.
Quick score update here, Coach Kirk, with
Yes.
baseball. They are in game 2. It is in the 5th inning. They are tied 3-3 with the Trojans.
Barn burner down in Moorhead. That update is brought to you by our friends at Renaissance Bank. And the pitch. Ground ball to second base. She's coming home with it. It's going to be a play, and she's safe. That will be a run to tie the game for the Trojans. On the ground ball to second base. That's a fielder's choice, but she will get the RBI because the run was going to score there for Darby. Good job. That will bring in Gunner, the first run for that. What do you think of that decision to come home, or would you go with the out kind of?
Yeah, the position was playing there about normal depth there. I would probably be yelling if I'm AB or somebody won, just take that out, especially knowing the speed at third that you have there. Just go ahead and take that out and give up that run and get started again. But good job by the Trojans there.
Runner's moving, and it's a foul ball. Darby was taking off right there. This brings up Tiara Campbell, the DP. She grounded out to third base with in her first at bat, leading off the second inning. Yes, big RBI by Darby right there. And like we said, if you do go to first, the run's going to score. It's going to be a tie game, but you kind of limit that 2, 3, 4 run game. Now there's no outs, and they got a runner at first, so a lot of things open for the Trojans here. Foul ball, 0-2 count. Meeks is right back in that zone again. Getting another hitter down with 2 strikes. Can she finish her off? And that's a freshman at second base. That's another, as we talk about all the time, that's a learning moment, and that's one that they'll teach you moment they'll talk about in the dugout, and that might be what they wonder. I mean, it was a close play at home plate, but is it a 50-50 chance? What were really your odds of getting her out? That pitch is off the outside corner, trying to get her to fish a little bit. She did not. Campbell watches ball 1 go across, so it's 1 ball, 2 strike count.
I think that may be a little bit of the pitching side of me too, Coach Kirk, of wanting that out. You know, you get that ground ball, just go ahead and let's take the out and have a reset here.
And the pitch. That one's going to be down. It's going to run the count to 2-2. And that triple leadoff by Gunner was the first base hit of the day. I was trying not to do that broadcaster's jinx or say anything as we got in the 4th inning, but she hit it right down the line. Like I said, great effort by Parlow when they would come down with it. But we got to find some outs here for our Indians. And the pitch. Did she go? No check. It's going to run the count full. That's what you in baseball, that would kind of be like that backdoor slider. That ball ran hard in the end on her, and she almost swung over the top of it, but good job by Campbell to Hold her back. 3 balls, 2 count.
A little harder than softball to get that downward action on it, though.
It
Right.
is. 3-2 pitch. Outside is tapped. It's going to be a
Tough
fair
play.
ball. There's going on. She just got to put that one in her pocket. If that ball gets away from that catcher, that's too far for the pitcher to run. Third baseman was playing back with it being a power hitter, and that's going to be the second hit of the game, second hit of the inning here for the Trojans. Sometimes you hit a missile out there and it gets caught. Sometimes you hit a tapper and you get a base hit.
Again, perfect spot there. Tough luck for the Indians, but now the Trojans have something going here, just like we said. First and second, nobody out.
This will bring up Andrade, the first baseman. She ground out to the shortstop last time. She shows bunt, pulls it back. You can tell by the first baseman there. Looks like she got a new little bandage there on her elbow. It's been a physical game out there, making some plays. Both teams playing really hard. Yes, you've got to limit the damage. She's showing bunt. There are no outs in the inning, and the Indians trying to get that first out somehow, some way. She shows bunt again, and she bunts through it. She does tip it, and it'll be a foul ball. Thankfully, because that ball ricocheted, and I thought it was hit the dugout in the dugout. 1 ball, 1 strike. Indians had to play bunt defense. Here it gives you a lot of options, though, offensive, where you can do that fake slash.
Fake slash, like you talked about earlier.
That's one of the toughest places to defend. I'm telling you, it's tough. She shows bunt, and she goes for it, and that's going to be a strike. The runner does move up there. Good read by the second runner at second base.
I thought she tipped it, Coach Kirk. I thought it was
It
fouled
looked like
off,
it
but
delayed. Yeah, I mean, there was some kind of – she didn't quite catch it, and they moved up. But, yeah, the runner at second base did a good job reading that and moving up, and that allows – Campbell at first to move to second. So now, not even having to bunt, you got runners at second and third, no outs. Do have 2 strikes on the hitter. Meeks rocks. Swing and a miss. Big Renaissance Bank strikeout there from Meeks for the first out. The Indians have been chasing right there. That will be her 6th Renaissance Bank strikeout so far in the game. More importantly, that is the first out right here with runners in scoring position for the Trojans, which will bring up number 6, Allie Johnson, the catcher. She struck out looking to end the second inning.
yeah, great job by Meeks there, getting out number 1.
Shows bunt. The runner was not moving, so we would consider that a safety squeeze, not a suicide squeeze. Suicide squeeze would be where the runner at third was trying to score. She's stealing on the pitch. You're trusting the batter to bunt right there. She was waiting to see her get the ball down, and then she might come home or just move up on the throw.
Corners are in for the Indians.
Shows again. She does bunt it. This time it is foul. Now run the count to 0-2, and that will more than likely take the bunt off unless you really trust her. There's a few times in my career I had some I really trusted, and you throw a two-strike bunt in there, nobody's looking for it. But if she fouls it off, what is she?
She's out.
She's out. So
That's
then
right.
you hero or zero, as they say,
That's it.
of how it goes. But 0-2 count for Meeks, looking for that next strikeout. That was just off the corner right there for the first ball. Great pitcher's pitch. That was a very competitive pitch that Allie Johnson, catcher, was able to lay off.
So Duhan was back. She's taken a few steps in, maybe midway. Shorts now a little farther in than she was earlier with the runner at third.
And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Huge Renaissance Bank strikeout back-to-back for the second out there by Lizzie Meeks.
Another good job by Meeks there. Back-to-back strikeouts here to keep the Trojans off the board other than the one they've got so far. Now they need a big 2-out hit to score these runs. Let's see if Meeks can work her way out of it.
That is her 7th Renaissance Bank strikeout. This will bring up number 24, Michaela Jackson. She walked and stole the base in her last at-bat. She's playing right field in this game. Pitch, strike 1. I did fail to mention that Ella Duhan has come in, number 20. She is playing shortstop this inning. That position change is brought to you by Tupelo Coca-Cola Balling Works. Don't see now. We did have some action in the bullpen there for the Indians. And the pitch. Strike 2. She's right back in there. 0-2. Good job by Meeks. 0-2, 2 outs. Runners at second and third. They had runners at second and third, no outs. She got 2 big Renaissance Bank strikeouts. Can she get a third? And the pitch. Just off the plate. Very competitive pitch that Jackson was able to lay off right there. Been hard to lay off that one after you've seen 2 of your teammates strike out right in front of you like that. But good job by Jackson. We'll have a 1-ball, 2-strike count. Tie game here. Indians trying to keep it that way. Pitch. And that's a called third strike. Renaissance Bank strikeout 3 in a row. Lizzie Meeks to keep runners at second and third and to keep the score. She only ended up giving up that 1 run, Colin, we talked about. She didn't give up that crooked number.
Great job by Meeks there to get us out of the inning with only 1 given up after the leadoff triple. And we'll be coming back with the bottom of the 4th right after this.
Welcome back. We're here with some ICC softball action headed to the bottom of the 4th. The Trojans were able to score 1 in the top of the 4th to tie the game 1-1. Leading off for your Indians will be Taylor Shands, batting in the 8-hole. Taylor had a single in her first at bat, hard hit ground ball, and she hits another one hard down the left field line. It's going to get all the way to the wall. It's going to be extra base hit. Yeah, she is in there for a stand-up double. Taylor Shands, way to start it off after Indians did a good job. Lizzie Meeks striking out 3 in a row to get out of a second and third no-out situation there in the top of the 4th. Shands leads off the bottom of the 4th with a double, and that double is brought to you by Metro Ford in Tupelo, that extra base hit. Now, can the Indians make get into another run or a big inning? Lena Dossie coming up here. She popped up to the third baseman her last at bat. No outs, slap hitter. She can do a lot of action right here. She takes the first pitch up and in.
Yeah, first 3 innings so far for the Indians, first and second with less than 2 outs and only able to scratch across 1 so far. Big leadoff double there from Shands. Let's see if the Indians can put together one of those crooked numbers like we were talking about last inning.
She shows bunt. She bunts through it. That'll run the count 1-1. Yes, through 3 innings, the Indians have left 6 runners on base, Colin. That's a lot of runners out there. They got to find something to start pushing some people across. I know Coach Owens is looking for that right now. And the pitch up wild. I tell you, Woods has done a good job of getting in out of some trouble. She's given up 5 hits, but she's only walked 1 and hit 1. She's done a good job just mixing it up, moving it around.
Keeping the Indians off balance and like we said, hadn't been able to string anything together.
That one's up, so it's now 3-1 count. Could be the inning for the Indians that they're looking for. Last game, it was the bottom of the 4th inning. We broke out with 5 big runs to break it open. This ball's fouled off down the left field. It's going to be in the fans or into the bullpen. Mr. Danny's hanging out down there, one of our good super fans that doesn't miss any softball games. When I was here coaching, he'd come. It took a year or 2. He'd sit up in the parking lot and watch us practice at times, and then eventually Dana got him down here, and they would sit beside each other every game. Just a super fan. Don't have a grandkid involved. Didn't have a kid involved. Just love watching ICC softball. You love those fans. This pitch is going up over the shortstop. It's a play. Oh,
wow.
What an assist right there. You don't see that every day. You show up at the ballpark, see something different. That is going to be a 7-6 fly out. It bounced off the left fielder's arm, hit her heel of her glove, went up her arm, went up, and just came right down in the shortstop's glove. That's a hard one to write down. F7-6?
7-6.
That'd be Gore needs to send
6-7.
that. Yeah. Oh, now you come. I like it. This brings up Victoria Field. Victoria's had some big hits this season for the Indians. Coach Owens like another one right here. He's going to talk and probably going to go with a pinch runner at second base for Shins, and he will. This will be number 11, Neely Hodem, coming in to run for her at second base. So Hodem in to run at second base. Fields this is her fourth inning. She's up for her third at bat. She's 1 for 2, and she's got the only RBI so far for the Indians in this game. So no time like the present to get the second RBI. First pitch. Nice pitch. Low and away. Is called a ball. 2-0. Hitters count right here for Fields. Woods doing a good job keeping the Trojans in this game, mixing it up, making things happen. And the pitch hits her inside, does not move again now.
Another hit by pitch, Coach Kurt.
My goodness. I didn't even count up how many we've had today to add to our nation-leading total that we came into the game with. But we're not going to get out of the way. I promise you that. These kids stand in there, and they'll take it. And that will be the third hit by pitch of the game. And that will give 2 base runners to the Indians. We have runners at first and second, and this brings up Skylar Partlow. Skylar had a base hit in her first plate appearance. She's 1, and in a fielder's choice, she's 1 for 2 on this game so far.
4th straight inning, Coach Kirk, first and second with 1 out for the Indians. Let's see if we can add some runs here.
That's a strike. She shows bunt, pulls back, but it's on the corner. 4 straight innings, you say, first and second, 1 out. It's time to cash in is what Coach Owens is saying. Coach Munson right now, they're just looking for that. Who's going to get that big hit right here? Can Partlow do it for the Indians? Pitch. She grounds to first. That's going to put runners in scoring position, but it is going to get the second out. So that will be a 3 unassisted, number 2 out, but it will move up. Fields to second base, and Neely Hodem, the pinch runner, will be down at third base, and this brings up one of your big RBI threats, AB
This is
Marlar.
who you wanted to play. Definitely who you wanted to play if you're the Indians. I'll be curious to see if they pitch to her here.
I was thinking the same thing. She's 1 for 1 on the day, and she's been to the plate. This is her 6th at bat. She's been hit twice, and she's got 2 walks. She had that hard single through the left side in that 6th inning that came around to score the 1 run in that 5th inning. That was a 6th run for the 6-1 victory they had. But yes,
This may be one of those intentional walks after seeing that first pitch there.
I could understand that. When you look at what she leads the state in, leads our team in, and leads the country in, and all these different home base are average, all that, kind of, what do you say, pick your poison.
Pick your poison, that's right.
So 2-0, we'll see if they are right here on this pitch. She's setting up inside, and she does come inside, and she lines it. Center field, the shortstop knocks it down, and she's unable to corral it. Hit, error, what was that? Is that?
You want to give it a hit. It's a tough play, but I think if you're looking out there, shortstop's probably saying that's a play that she should have made. And
All right. I'm with you there. I can handle that and these stats are unofficially now. Coaches will come back after the game, but more importantly, what it'll do is it gets that second run across the Indians to take the lead 2-1. This will bring up Ella Duhan.
I took one off the board for us. I apologize. I'm glad I caught that. I looked up. I hit the wrong button. Instead of adding one, I subtracted one. Don't want to do that. We don't want to give them back.
Now, that will be a first in the history of softball for that. But Indians do have first and third right here. Mara's down at first base, and Duhan's trying to get that 2-out hit. Like I said, this is her first at bat of game 2. She came in for Snell defensively last inning. In the first game, Duhan was 1 for 3. She got the big double, 2 RBIs that got the scoring started for the Indians in that big 5-run inning in the bottom 4. So, does she have another big hit in her bat right here? 2-0 count. Woods still in the circle for the Trojans. Pitch. And that is a ball.
That is a ball.
was-
Okay. Well,
I'm looking down and looked like a strike to me, but hey, consistent, be just consistent. And that's all you can ask for. But it is 3-0. I do think he might have missed that one in favor of the Indians, but that is definitely ball 4 right there. And Duhan will take her jog down to first base, and that will load the bases for Ann Thomas Luke. Luke is 0 for 2 with a fielder's choice and a ground out to third base in this game. And we know one swing by Ann Thomas, and it can change the whole game right here. Indians ahead 2-1.
I'll go back to that bat by AB after this pitch. I was kind of surprised there when you said they're setting up inside 2-0. They'd been away, and I'm thinking they're going to walk her. I think AB might have thought the same thing because that's a pitch she doesn't miss very often either, and kind of got in on her a little bit. I think she would like that pitch back. Definitely have seen her put it over the scoreboard before with those. But good job by Delta there. Credit them. And you said it earlier, they were away. She's probably thinking she's not going to see anything after the walks, and then bust her inside.
That pitch is fouled again. 0-2 count. 2 inside pitches and 2 balls pulled hard down third base line. But, yeah, I totally agree. I think it did probably surprise her a little bit. She's thinking everything's away, and then boom, inside she got handcuffed a little bit, and it worked out the way of the Indians as a shortstop. One of the few miscues that Delta's made today. 0-2, 2 outs. And the pitch fouled off. Good swing there by Luke, fouling that ball out. Staying alive.
Indians looking for some insurance runs here. Insurance runs brought to you by your Etowah County State Farm Insurance agent, Brandon Poland. Big 2-out hit here by Ann Thomas Luke.
And it's popped up. Shortstop is taking charge, and she catches this, and that will end it. The Indians will pick up 1 run in the bottom of the 4th to take a 2-1 lead. We got another classic MACCC matchup here, 2-1, as we will head to the top of the 5th here shortly. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are headed to the top of the 5th inning. ICC winning this game 2-1. For the top of the 5th, we will have the 8-9-1 hitters for the Mississippi Delta Trojans. This will be Gamage, the second baseman. She struck out in her first at bat. She did show bunt a few times. She takes strike 1 here. One thing, Colin, last inning, Trojans pushed 1 across to tie the game. You like to see the Indians answer that in the bottom of the 4th, getting a run to at least tie the inning. If you don't win it, you'd at least like to tie the inning.
That's right. Good job by them there to scratch that run across, put together some good at-bats after the leadoff double.
Next pitch is just outside slightly. That runs the count to 1 ball, 1 strike. Meeks has been all over that strike zone.
Yeah, and you talked about this earlier in the game, Coach Kirk. Even the misses have been close misses, not bad misses, that kind of thing, all around the zone.
That run to count 2 balls, 1 strike. Yes, Meeks has got through 4 innings. She's got 8 big Renaissance Bank strikeouts.
Credit to the Trojans, though. They haven't chased, and they've been patient, worked the count, and done a good job so far, as you can see.
Swing and a miss there. Run to count 2 balls, 2 strikes. Yeah, this has been 2 exciting games as we see in all MACCC action. There's no gimmies, no freebies in any sports that we see in this conference. That's one of her wilder misses right there with a 2-2 count. Not very competitive, but 3-2. I'm going to try to keep that leadoff hitter on. Your team just gave you the lead back, 2-1. Another close game, top of the 5th. Who can win these last 3 innings of this contest between the Indians and the Trojans? Pitch. Ground ball is hugging the line and it's going to barely go foul tomorrow. That ball is doing some spinning.
A lot of spinning. Got to be ready if you're AB down there. You don't know if it might kick back in. You still got to be prepared if it does. So can't be nonchalant on just going down to catch that thinking it's going to stay foul. I've seen some crazy things happen.
No doubt. That chalk line might look like one I put down right now, too. It's probably all distorted looking. That pitch, strike 3. Huge Renaissance Bank strikeout there, number 9 and 4 in a row for Lizzie Meeks right there. Leadoff hitter to come back. Big time Lizzie Meeks, and she will face the number 9 hitter. This is Tylen Johnson, the center fielder. She had a soft line out to the second baseman, her first at bat. This is her second bat here in the bottom of the 5th inning, 1 out. That pitch is a little bit up. 4 in a row after the Trojans had scored a run and still had runners in score position there, second and third, and Meeks buckled down in the the top of the 4th, and then right there, big strikeout. Ground ball through the 4-hole. Good job by Tylen Johnson hitting a ground ball that got through right side there for a base hit. And we've seen some adjustments out of these Trojan hitters here in Game 2.
We have made some adjustments, had good at bats, like we said earlier.
That will be the 3rd hit for the Trojans, all coming in the last 2 innings. This will bring up top of the lineup with Rivers Wilkins, left fielder. She struck out to lead off the game and then had a ground out to shortstop. A very dangerous hitter in the leadoff position for the Delta Trojan. Shows bunt and she fouls it off. You got speed at first base in Tylen Johnson. You saw Coach Hobbs move way down at third base line. He's looking for some action right here. Speed at the plate, speed on the bases. He's trying to see Tylen Johnson down there. She's 8 for 9 calling and stolen bases so far this season.
I wouldn't be surprised if they put her in action again here and see them run.
And she is gone. And she is a speedster. She's in there easy. One of the things we've always done in this program for probably the last 10 years, we like to run bases, so I wasn't even watching the pitch. I was just watching the runner. I got caught in action. I'm used to being the color guy, not the play-by-play guy, so I'm looking at the scoreboard. I'm counting on them to tell me it's a 1-ball, 1 strike, but that is a tremendous speed right there. We did not have a chance to throw her out. So that puts a runner in scoring position, Tylen Johnson. 1-1 count on Wilkins. She shows bunt. Bunt through it. He's going to check. Yes, she's trying. I was going to say she kept her bat out there a long time. I thought he was going to call it himself behind the plate. But, yeah, third base umpire helped him out.
I also thought that the pitch was a strike as well, even if they said she didn't go. But, hey, she did. They got it right.
They got it right. And looking for that big out right here, Meeks is. Ground ball right back to her. It's going to be a tough play. She throws safe at first base. That was a close play right there.
Good job by Meeks to even make it close. Like you said earlier, the speed there, getting down the line. Meeks done a good job of getting out of the circle and bouncing to get that and try to make a close play. First and third here for the Trojans now with 1 out.
Yep.
Threatening again.
Got to expect you'll probably see the runner Wilkins off at first to get 2 runners in scoring position because that tying runs at third base, and you've got Gunner up who hit a triple down the right field line to lead off the 4th inning and scored the only run so far for Mississippi Delta. Pitch, strike, inside half.
Quick score update on baseball. Coach Kirk,
right.
They are headed to extra innings, headed to the 8th, still tied 3-3.
That update is brought to you by our friends at Renaissance Bank. Extra innings down in Moorhead. Baseball. 0-1 pitch. Curveball away. The other thing with the fast action here, the pitch gets the home plate so much faster too, or it seems like it's harder to call the stolen bases.
It is.
You're trying to watch them, and in softball we do the fake steal so much because you're not getting a lead.
Right. I'm honestly surprised they hadn't put her in motion.
I am too.
I really thought that.
Pitch, swing, it's driven out to right field again. Partlow's going back. She's twisted around. It's over her head. Runner's got tied up at first base. Relay coming in short, throwing it to third. Shantz cuts it off. Does not have a play, and that's going to be, to me, that's going to be a RBI single. She's going to advance to second on the throw coming in from the right fielder because runner at first base, Wilkins she thought the right fielder was going to catch. She got a little tied up, but they did not cross each other or anything. But that's going to be another back-to-back hits there. That's 3 hits in a row, and that's going to be an RBI for Gunner. And that gives the
Partlow's positioned a little differently based off the last at bat there by Gunner. Gunner put a charge in that one. Partlow kind of moved in and over towards the line a little bit. And not able to get back to make that play.
Our scoreboard people got me confused there because they gave us a run there, but that should tie the game up 2-2. But the go-ahead run at third base is there. Is that what you got, 2-2?
That's it, right. 2-2. Second, third, 1 out.
And they missed the first pitch. I did too, trying to figure out the scoreboard. But we'll find out after this pitch. That's a strike.
That evens the count.
Okay, it's going to be 1-1, and this is Darby up to bat. She got the first RBI across the board with a fielder's choice in the 4th inning. I'm going to say they're scrambling over trying to figure out how to get the scoreboard. They just forgot to switch over to the top of the 5th. We're at the top of the 5th in the tie game, 2-2. Another screwball inside for a strike. That makes it 1 ball, 2 strikes. Trojans putting together a rally here. They've had 3 hits in a row. They've got 2 runners in scoring position with only 1 out, and their number 3 hole hitter at the plate in Darby. And the pitch. Curveball off the plate, run the count 2-2. Yep, we talked about, we weren't going to say it after 3 innings that Meeks did not give up a hit. Now they've got 5 hits in the last 2 innings. So you can say they have made some big adjustments over in that third base dugout for Mississippi Delta.
They have. Good at bats here from the Trojans. Meeks looking to get out of this again with only giving up 1.
And that pitch is low. They're going to run the count 3 balls, 2 strikes, so 1 out. Runners at second and third. How can you limit the damage? You still got 3 more at bats if you're ICC. If they do score 1 run, you got to think our offense can get a run across. But how can we keep the runner at second base from scoring? Not give up that 3 runs in this inning. Only give up the 1 or give up the 2. And the pitch. Low and inside. That's going to be a base on ball. That's going to load the bases. So that is 4 straight batters to reach base for Mississippi Delta Trojans. Coach Owen's going to come out and talk, and we'll just keep it right here for just a second as talk about a little summary of the game. It's been sometimes in coaching and watching games as much as you and I have over the years and stuff, we've talked about offensively through 4 innings. We've left 9 batters on base. We've only got the 2 runs, and now you're in a situation top of 5th. You got 1 out. They got bases loaded. 1 big hit, and you look up and you say, we've had all these base runners and not many runs, and boom.
All of a sudden you find yourself down. The good thing here is for the Indians that walk, I'm trying to find a positive here. It does set up a force with 1 out. Any bag here puts the double play. Maybe we can find a way to get a Little Caesars double play here. Puts that back in order. Find a way for Meeks. Meeks has done a good job so far today of working out of the jam she was in last inning with some big strikeouts. Those big Renaissance Bank strikeouts. Let's see if she can do the same.
Yes, we'd love to see 1 or 2 right here. It'd be nice. But this brings up the cleanup hitter, Tiara Campbell. She had a hard hit ground ball through the shortstop hole her last at bat. She hits one hard at third base. It's bobbled. Shortstop gets a do-hunt, and she's erased to third base. What a play right there. A run does come across. So that's going to be a fielder's choice on Campbell, and that will be the runner going from second to third, who will be Gunner, is going to be out 5-6.
Another one of those. a great job by Duhon there, coming over and making that play after it deflected off of Shands.
So now you got runners at first and second and 2 outs. First pitch is grounded to first base, and Marla gets it. She tags her out, and that was Drody with a 3 unassisted, and that will end the inning, but not after the Trojans scored 2 in the top of the 5th to take a 3-2 lead. Your Indians will be coming to bat when we come back here in the bottom of the 5th inning. And welcome back. We are here at ICC in a tough game with Mississippi Delta. Mississippi Delta just scored 2 runs in the top of the 5th, take a 3-2 lead. Indians batting here in the bottom of the 5th. They're going to bring up 6, 7, 8 batters. This is going to be Zoe Goodman. Zoe struck out in her first at bat and got hit by a pitcher last at bat. She takes strike 1 here. As we mentioned during a little pause in action when Coach Owen went out to talk to the pitchers in that top half, we've left 9 on base through 4 innings, Colin.
Yeah, the difference in the game so far is Trojans have taken advantage of their opportunities.
Ground ball to third. She comes across, throws it across first base. That's a 5-3 put out. Good job by Darby fielding that hard ground ball. Just got to keep getting base runners, and you hope eventually you get that big hit. This will bring up Fisher short. Fisher had a hard line drive up the middle, her first at bat for a base hit, and then she flew out to right field. This will be her third at bat. Can you find a spark somewhere? In the 4th inning, we get 1 run, and we were able to come across. Ground ball to third base, same thing. Darby makes the play again. 5-3. Put out right there for the second out. That was a quick one. It's just been a quick 2 outs, with Shands coming up. But what I was saying, top of the 4th, we get up a run. But we came back and scored 1 in the bottom. We get up 2. You'd like to come back and see if you can tie it here and take the lead again or try to win the inning. But, man, 2 quick outs, just what the Trojans want. And I have been impressed with Woods getting out of jams. She's done a good job in circle for Mississippi Delta. That was right there. I would give the take. I'd say give me at least one pitch. We got to give our pitcher, give our defense one chance to catch a breath. Give me one.
As good a job as Woods has done so far, too. A little aggressive there by the Indians. Those first 2 at bats might not have been a strike. Balls that we swing at.
Probably going to be a give me a strike more than just give me a pitch. How about, give me 1 strike somewhere in this at bat, and then now you're 2-0 count, and you got a hitter that can tie the game up right here with 1 swing. So 1 pitch, 1 spot. What you're looking for. She gets 1, and she drives out to right field. Right field stumbles a little bit, runs in. Great catch out there, and that is Jackson with a tremendous play in right field to end the inning. That is F9 for your third out, and that is just what Mississippi Delta wants. 3 up, 3 down after scoring 2 to take the lead in the top of the 5th. They put up a big 0 in the bottom of the 5th, and we will be right back in the top of the 6th with the Trojans winning 3-2 so far in this game. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Through 5 complete innings, Mississippi Delta has a 3-2 lead over your Itawamba Indians. In the top of the 6th here, we have a pinch hitter in the 6 hole. It's going to be number 4, Rebecca Satsky. She batted in the first inning. She was in the 2 hole, Colin. She was 1 for 3, had a big hit there in the first inning. This will be her first at bat against Lizzie Meeks today. Last 2 innings, Trojans have looked better offensively than they have since the first inning of the first game when they had 3 hits in a row but did not score. But they have put up 3 runs here in the 4th and 5th innings and had all 5 of their hits. A lot more quality at bats, I would say.
Quality at bats, and like we said earlier, they have taken advantage of those opportunities with the base runners that they've had.
And our Indians so far have not. Still got 2 big innings to play, but who's going to win the 6th and the 7th right now? As you look at it from coach's view, the Trojans have a 1-up on you. They're 1 run on you, but who can win the last 6 outs offensively scoring? And we will see. Swing and a miss right there. Run the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Satsky. Just got to find a way to get back in the dugout right now. The Indians did not have a very good offensive approach, I would say, kind of, our performance there in the bottom of the 5th, what you'd like to see after giving up 2 runs. But, hey, a lot of game left. See if we can make some adjustments here. 2-2 pitch, swing, and fouled off down the right field line. That'll wake you up over there. Getting a little bit closer to the start of our men's basketball game. About 25 minutes away. That will be on Let's Go ICC TV Red Channel. ICC men's basketball won the regular season state championship. They beat Shreveport the other day in the quarterfinals. They're facing Hines tonight, 6 o'clock in the Davis Event Center. We love to keep you here on the Blue Channel. Pitch, low and in, runs a count full. We'd love to keep you here on the Blue Channel to finish out this exciting game. Maybe it'll be over by then. If not, then do like I do. Put one on your TV, put one on your iPad, or go to the basketball game, watch this, or come out here, watch us, and watch a basketball game on your phone at the same time. I'm all the time multitasking.
Looks like the start may be a little after 6.
Okay. Ground ball to third. Shans comes up, fires across the mark. That'd be a 5-3 putout. Just what the Indians wanted there.
And big first out. Definitely didn't want to put that first runner back on after the last inning and then the quick bottom half. But Jones is currently leading Southwest 70-51 with 9 minutes left to play. So maybe a little bit of a delayed start instead of a 6 p.m. tip. Maybe a little after 6.
We're going to have another pinch hitter here in the 8 hole. Will be number 2, Shamaya Williams. Her first at bat of the day. She takes first pitch, strike from Meeks.
Yeah, good opportunity. Still have time to go grab some Chick-fil-A for dinner. Coach Kirk, stop by Chick-fil-A here in Fulton, grab dinner, and then come on out to the Davis Event Center.
Can you tell me where is Chick-fil-A at in Fulton?
Chick-fil-A is located in our new Connection Center across from Magnolia Hall, right next to the president's residence. Dr. Allen has a right out of his back door. He can easy access to Chick-fil-A.
You think he's been there a few times?
I think he has.
I don't blame him.
I think he has.
One of the few, I think I'm only the second community college in the state to have a Chick-fil-A on campus, and we're fortunate. That is a big Renaissance Bank strikeout. Lizzie Meeks, that will be her 9th so far today. Just what we need right here. We need a quick 1, 2, 3 if we can get this third out here and get the Indians back in the dugout to see if we can get some more runs. We're down 1 run right here. This brings up Gamage, the second baseman. She has struck out both times she has faced Meeks. 1 looking and 1 swinging so far. She swings and misses on the first pitch.
Yeah, great addition to our campus. Dr. Allen's done a tremendous job getting Chick-fil-A, the new Connection Center that we have, from meeting space and being able to utilize that, and looking forward to all the great things that are to come and using that building.
Most definitely. And pitch is going to be a slow ground ball to second baseman short. Gets it, flips it tomorrow, and that is the inning the Indians need. That is 1, 2, 3. Now we are chasing on trying to get some of those runners we've had on base, get some in here, Colin, as we will head to the bottom 6 shortly. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are headed to the bottom of the sixth here in Fulton.
Elena Dossie.
Indians trail 3-2 to the Mississippi Delta Trojans. They're going to have number 9 hitter. It's going to be Elena Dossie coming to bat. She has popped up to third baseman, and she has hit a play that you don't get to call very often. I don't know if Adam Gore's called one of these this year, probably in his lifetime, but she hit a fly ball that went off the left fielder that the shortstop caught in her last at bat. That was probably one of the worst calls I've ever made because I really didn't know what to say calling when it happened. But this time we'll just take a base hit. How about a short ground ball to short? It's going to be trouble, and she's there, just what you want. Some people look and they say, "Oh, she mishit it." No, she hit that ball just like she wanted to as a slapper, slow ground ball.
That's what you want. Put it on the ground and give that speed a chance. And that's what Dossie did here to lead off the inning. So
yes, that's perfect. If you hit it too hard at shortstop, Gunner made a good. She did the best she could to get it across the diamond, but that was perfect. That brings up Fields right here. She is 1 for 2 with a single RBI, and she's been hit by a pitch. She shows bunt. It's just a bunt steal, and Dossie's down there, and she is safe. So that puts the tie and run in scoring position for you Indians with no outs and a hot hitter all season in Fields, who's been driving in some runs big lately. I tell you what, that top of the sixth inning, Meeks going 3 up, 3 down was impressive. Now can the Indians get something going? We've left 9 base runners so far through the first 5 innings. Shows bunt. She does bunt. And it's in front of the plate. It's fair. Good job by the catcher right there. I tell you what, she came out there. That was Allie Johnson, and she cleared a throwing lane, and she did not throw it back into the hitter. So sacrifice bunt. That sacrifice bunt is brought to you by the ICC BSU. We know the ICC BSU, they're usually doing our concession stand and for baseball and softball. They are on their mission trip. Do you know where they went this year? I forgot to ask, Mr. Matt.
I don't know.
Not. But we do appreciate all that they do for us. That is the first out of the inning, and this will bring up Skylar Partlow. She is 1 for 3. She had a big hit in her first at bat. She's trying to get that. She shows bunt. She does first baseman. She tries to tag her. She's not there. She flips home, and it's high. She's in there. Partlow's going 2. They're just regrouping. Oh, and the umpire is going to call her out for running out of the baseline. Partlow's going to be called out going home to first. Said that she must have got out of the running lane when Drawdy was trying to tag her. The run is still going to count, so it will tie the game. But Coach Owens is out to ask the umpire at first base to please confer with the home plate umpire to see if he had him. And it's going to be hard for him to overcall, since he's running right at him. So, yes, the out is going to stand. So that will be a squeeze bunt RBI for Partlow. She will get the RBI, so that will get the run in. That is a great squeeze, and that is not a we don't consider it an insurance run because they don't put us ahead, but I'm going to call it a Brandon Poland State Farm insurance run because it tied it, and we need it. Made me feel better. We got to tie a game, and we got 2 outs, and we got A.B. Marler up there who can do, she can give us another run just by herself, one swing, and she gets it, and she hits it center field. Center fielder's been there all day, and she makes another great catch there by Tylen Johnson, and that will end the inning. But the innings do get one across in the bottom 6 to tie it up 3-3, and we will head to the 7th. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Andy Kirk Field here on the beautiful campus of Etowah Community College. You're in for a good one. We've had a good one so far here in Game 2. It's 3-3 tie headed to the top of the 7th here. Lizzie Meeks still in the circle for the Indians. And she is facing number 21, Tylen Johnson, the center fielder who made the last out there in center field. She had a big base hit through the 4-hole into right field in her last at bat. She is 1 for 2 on this game, and both of her balls have been hit to the right side. She shows bunt. That's tip, and that's going to be a strike. That's going to be an 0-2 count. You're going 9-1-2. And definitely, if you're an Indian, you want to try to get this 9-hole hitter up before leadoff comes back up, because that will be the 4th time through for the lineup. Who can win the 7th inning here, Colin?
Coming down to the wire, need Meeks with another quick inning here if you're an Indians fan.
Oh, 0-2. Good job of hitting right there by Johnson in the 9-hole. She has got 2 hits her last 2 at-bats, and she hits a hard ground ball right back up the middle, and she is fired up just like she was in her last at-bat, getting that. When she came up last time, there was a strikeout in front of her first out. She got a hit, and she's the one that came around to score that second run for them. All right, so now the go-ahead run for the Trojans is down at first base, and there's no outs, and you got the leadoff hitter, Rivers Wilkins, coming to the plate. She had a base hit up the middle her last at-bat. She is 1 for 3.
I think you're going to see them run again here, Coach Kirk.
I believe so. She shows ground ball back to the pitcher. She's going to go to first base. She was not real sure, I don't believe, if the runner was probably running, so she went ahead and took the guaranteed 1-3 put out at first base, and that does work just like a bunt. Even though it's a ground ball, it did get Johnson, that's being Tylen Johnson, down to second base, and that brings up Zaya Gunner. She is 2 for 3. She got a triple and a base hit in her last 2 at-bats, and she had the RBI in the 5th inning when they scored the 2 runs. She got the first RBI in for the Trojans. So go-ahead run is at second base, and we have 1 out, and we have 1 ball on Gunner. Meeks rocks, fires, screwball inside, strike. That's a 1-1 count. A lot of tension in the air right here, Colin.
Yeah, I think we caught a break there a little bit, Coach Kirk. With that, like we said, runner was in motion there, and Johnson stealing that bag. I tried to let her get that bag and then try to bunt her on over to third.
Yes, sir. I agree. That ball is fouled off at the plate. That'll make it 1 ball, 2 strikes. Yeah, with that speed she showed in her last time stealing, I'm all about let her get down there and then get her to third. It's a lot easier to score from third than it is from second.
That's right.
But kudos to her of hitting that hard ground ball back up the middle for her second hit. And this is a hot hitter, as we said. She's got a triple and a base hit, a single in her last 2 at-bats. And the pitch. That ball's up. That'll run the count even at 2-2. That is the 6th hit on the day or of the game for the Trojans.
Yeah, see Meeks there try to go up with Johnson 0-2 and left that 0-2 pitch a little too good. 1-2 there. Pitcher's pitch, didn't get a chase. Let's see what she goes to here, 2-2.
A little change piece looked like something off. It wasn't as fast as she normally throws, but she kind of pulled through it, and that runs a full count. Meeks does have 10 big Renaissance Bank strikeouts so far through the first 6 innings, and it seems like when she's been in trouble, she's found a way to get one of those. Well, right now, be a great time to keep that runner at second base. And the pitch. Hard inside, and it's looped down the third baseline, and it is just foul. Thank goodness we play with a foul line, you can see, because that had me nervous there for a second. Mr. Minga, that was that ball. She fought that ball off. Good job by Gunner. That ball ran in on her hands. She fought off, and it was either going to be fair or foul. It was either hit or a foul ball because nobody was getting to where it was at. I'm glad to be joined up here in the ICC Alumni Association broadcast booth by Colin Minga, our assistant athletic director at ICC. Does a wonderful job having to keep Coach Chad Case straight. Dr. Case, I'm sorry.
Coach Case, Dr. Case. He
Pitch.
wears many hats.
Ground ball to shortstop. Duhan's over. Long throw. She reaches out, and she's safe. She's going to beat it out regardless, I believe. Good job by Marler keeping that ball in front, but that's going to put Trojans at first and third base. Something cooking here. Base hit. That will be the 7th base hit for Mississippi Delta, and our stats are unofficial up here in the broadcast booth. But now we have Gunner down at first base. You've got Johnson at third. That's speed, and we're bringing up Darby. Darby is 1 for 2. She got a strikeout, a walk, and a fielder's choice. That fielder's choice was an RBI for Delta back in the 4th inning. I expect the runner to be moving here, and she is.
Yeah, infield's in. Moving the infield in, try to cut that run down. Give up that base.
So you got the go-ahead run down at third base, top of the 7th inning here. 1 out. A lot of options. Infield is, like you said, Colin, they are playing in. Try to take away the bunt if you can. That ball is fouled off, and that will run the count 0-2. Like we just mentioned, Meeks somehow is finding a way to get out some jams today with some strikeouts. Can she get another one right here? She's got 10 big Renaissance Bank strikeouts, and she's going to have to earn it right here as she's facing the number 3 and 4 hitters with the runners in scoring position. Indians looking to make a big play on defense. Haven't had any Little Caesars double plays. How about a line drive, tag somebody? Ground ball up the middle, back. She looks the runner back there. Good job by Meeks. Looking at runner back at third base, not letting her do anywhere, and then turning, making a hard throw across the diamond. That will be a 1-3 put out.
Yeah, if that ball gets by her, it's probably a run, Coach
It's
Kirk,
probably
so.
1, and I don't know if with the infield playing in, it's probably going to be 2 runs because nobody's going to be able to cut it off. It's going to get to the grass, and this will bring up Tiara Campbell, the DP. She had a big hit back in the 4th inning, and then a fielder's choice and ground out to third. Her hit was in the 6th hole between third base and shortstop. Got to be a big infield right here. Keep the ball on the dirt. Only let 1 run score if you're not able to make the play. Hard curveball inside. Does not get the call. That will be a 1 ball, no strikes. I tell you one thing a lot of people don't realize. These fast pitch pitchers throw over 100-plus pitches a game, most time underhand. Then you got to turn and throw an overhand rocket like she did. I've seen a lot of those go down that right field line or go straight in the dirt.
That's a good point.
That was a nice play by Meeks to make that happen. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs. Same pitch. Hard in. It could be your intentional walk here too, but she's really going at her. But, you know, hey, it is a cleanup hitter. Hitter on deck. She's 0 for 3 so far, but, you know, that would load the bases. But now it's a 2-0 hitters count here for Campbell. She's had some good swings today for Mississippi Delta. The pitch. Outside, and this hit the other way. Where she's hit most of her balls have been opposite field. I think that's why we were coming inside with those hard curveballs, those first 2 pitches. She got a pretty good pitch to hit there. It was just a little bit tardy. Hit it down the left field line, but that runs a count to 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Your Indians will be in action next on Saturday. This Saturday, 1 p.m., weather permitting, doubleheader at Meridian for more conference action. From here on out, it's pretty much all conference games. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 out. And the pitch. Sam, jams are there. She had to fight that one off. It went towards the third base dugout. That will run it to Deuces Wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Next home game for the Indians will be a week from this Saturday on March 21st. They'll host Hines, 1 p.m. Doubleheader start. All that's weather permitting. Tennis and golf, they're off during spring break. They'll resume their matches after spring break. We got a lot of tension in the air right here, both teams. Big pitch. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Go ahead and run at third base. And the pitch. It's low. Ground ball to the shortstop. She's over Duhan. Makes a throw across the Marler, and she gets the out. Huge job by Meeks to throw another ground ball, and great job by Duhan attacking that ball and getting rid of it. And the Indians do not give up anything there in the top of the 7th. We'll head to the bottom 7th. See if the Indians have some walk-off magic once again, Mr. Minga. We'll be right back. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're headed to the bottom of the 7th inning. 3-3 tie. Do the Indians have that walk-off magic again like we saw in Game 1 on Friday against Mississippi Gulf Coast in that 12-inning affair? This one's only been 7 so far. I'm saying so far. I'm not counting anything because I'm counting on the Indians, but we will see. It's been tough against Woods today. She is facing Ella Duhan leading off this inning. She is in the 4-hole. Be 4, 5, and 6. Duhan, Luke, and Goodman. Duhan made a great play there to end the inning, 2nd and 3rd, 2 outs, attacking the ground ball, getting her across defensively from the shortstop position, and she is ahead in the count. 2 balls, no strikes, just what the Indians would like to get. Base runners, Mr. Minga.
That's what they need. Got to have it. Starts with the first one of the inning. Makes it better, and you like your chances. So, see if Duhan can do that and get on board to lead off the inning.
And that's going to be a cross, just like Woods has done all day. One of her better pitching performances. I would say I've not seen her pitch this year, but just looking at her stats that she's had on the season, she has been impressive getting out of some jams with ICC leaving 9 base runners in the first. Well, actually now it's going to be 10 base runners in the first 6 innings. And the pitch. Pulled hard. Watch out, Coach Owens. That'll run the count 2-2. Nope, still going to be 9. We did not end up. We scored in the last inning, but we did not have any. We did the squeeze. That's why I was missing. I was looking for another runner, but now I see why I don't see one. Man, what a lot of action in a low-scoring game we have had with Lizzie Meeks having 10 strikeouts already, and it is it's been a fun one. They all are. 2-2. We need a leadoff hitter, and Woods fires. Line drive through the left side. Ella Duhan with a clean single line drive. What a quality at bat right there. Just what Coach Owens and Munson had drew up. So she will be at first base, and this will be Ann Thomas Luke. Ann Thomas is 0 for 3 so far in this game, but we know she has tremendous power. She had a big hit in the first game with a big two RBI double. Could be a bunting situation. How can the Indians get that runner in scoring position here? Zoe Goodman waits on deck. No outs. Duhan at first base with good speed. Woods fires. Shows bunt. She does get the bunt down. First baseman barehands it. She throws to the second baseman, and that will be a 3-4 sack bunt. That sack bunt is brought to you by your ICC BSU. Thank you for all that they do. Duhan moves into scoring position. That is your game-winning run, folks. And this brings up Zoe Goodman.
Good job by Luke there, getting the ball down, getting Duhan in scoring position. Now get it two opportunities here to drive in this game-winning run.
Goodman has a strikeout. She's hit by pitch and grounded out in her last at bat. She's had some good base hits in her 2-year career here for the Indians. This team lives for the dramatic. I will tell you one thing I am noticing with it being a winning run on second base, the outfield's playing pretty deep. And that's a line drive over shortstop. Duhan's coming around third. She's going to touch home, and they have done it again, fellas. They have done it again. 4-3 win for your Indians, and there's Zoe Goodman coming through. What about this team? We will be right back to recap it. I don't know. I got to catch my breath for a second. Coach Owens probably got to catch his more than mine running across that infield. That's good. That's exciting to see. But we'll be right back to give you our post-game notes. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. What a dramatic walk-off win there by your ICC Lady Indian softball team. They do it once again, 4-3. We are headed to your Renaissance Bank post-game show. And Colin, give me recap what you saw.
Yeah, left runners on base. We talked about that all game. Had 9 through 7 innings there, but we talked about this team and winning in different ways and finding ways to win. And a big hit there by Zoe after Luke got the bunt down to move Duhan over and drove her in with that RBI single to walk it off. And they just keep finding ways to win, and that's what you want out of a good team. And finding ways it's not the same thing every game, and hitting the ball out of the yard and scoring a bunch of runs, or trying to pitch it and finding ways to do that. And impressive day so far. Not necessarily good for the coaches, as we said. It works your nerves a little bit. You would like those easier wins, be up a little bit and be easier on you, but at the same time, you like the way that the Lady Indians fought there and found a way to win.
Believe it or not, Colin, when I started my coaching career 30 years ago, I had brown hair. It's all gray now. I got a gray beard. That's where it's come from.
That's what it'll do to you.
It will do it, but, man, you'll take a W any way you can get one. But, yes, let's talk about a few stats here of our Samstown market stats. The line score here for Mississippi Delta, they did not score in the first inning. ICC was able to score in the bottom of the second inning. Delta came back to tie the game in the top of the fourth. ICC did a good job of going back ahead in the bottom of the fourth, up 2-1. Then Delta had that big fifth inning and got 2 big runs to go up 3-2, and a little nervousness in the crowd and everything with our Indians, but nothing. We're not able to answer there in the bottom of the fifth, top of the sixth. Good pitching there, good defense getting out of that inning. Get 1 run to tie it in the sixth. That lets you breathe a little bit. It's 3-3. And then the seventh inning, man, a lot of nervousness there with runners at second, third, only 1 out. Indians get a ground ball back to pitcher, ground ball to shortstop. They make both the plays. You felt the momentum. How could they come through? And they did in the bottom of the seventh with a big run. So ICC had 4 runs on 8 hits, no errors, 9 left on base. Mississippi Delta had 8 hits, 3 runs on 8 hits, and they had 1 error, and they left 8 on base. The losing pitcher, tough luck losing pitcher. As we say, sometimes your team just don't score enough runs, will be Morgan Woods. She drops to 1-5 on the season. She went 6 in the third, innings pitched, 8 hits, 4 runs, 3 of those earned, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts, 3 hit batsmen. Outstanding performance by that young lady. But Lizzie Meeks, she goes to 8-1 on the season, 7 strong innings. She gives up 8 hits to a scrappy bunch who get 3 runs, all of them earned, 2 walks, 10 big Renaissance Bank strikeouts. Of course, all these stats are unofficial. Coaches have the official ones, but Mississippi Delta will drop to 6-14 overall, 0-2 in conference play. ICC improves to 22-4 overall, 4-0 in conference play, and we're right in the middle of that stretch right now. Those Samstown market stats are brought to you by our good friend Sam Ferris and all the great things they do there in Manatee at his store. Now, Mr. Mingo, I'm going to put it on you. It is time for our Samstown star of the game.
I think it's got to be Zoe Goodman there. Zoe coming up with a big game-winning RBI hit there, clutch with 1 out, driving in that run there for the Indians and walking it off. Zoe had a tough day, took some back there off the gear and off of her as well. Got hit by a pitch, but coming up with that big game-winning RBI.
Yeah, that cold tub's going to feel a lot better, and that's your Samstown star of the game, Zoe Goodman. Man, what a great hit. And this, what interesting about this team is it's been somebody different all the time, and they're not replying. I mean, just one person. They're having to rely on that 1 or 2 people that come through, and if they don't come through, you're like, nobody's going to. It's somebody all the time.
Somebody different. It's different ways, like we discussed earlier, and that's the fun part about a team like this as well. And you hope that they continue to grow, and you continue to see those things, and each and every one in that dugout means and plays a role, and plays a huge part in that. And you hope they continue to build on this.
I tell you, if you're in that other dugout facing a team like that has multiple people that come through, that causes a lot of gray hairs too, because you're like, you pick your poison. Who's going to do it? Who and then boom, so many keep doing it. You're just like, oh, I don't know.
That's right.
I don't know who. Just let the next one come up. But a few things that we do have coming up, like we said, men are kicking off here shortly in the Davis Event Center. Our men's basketball team, they are in the semifinals of the NJCAA Region 23 tournament. They are playing Hines. Come out and see that at the Davis Event Center. $10 admission to get in, or you can watch it on Let's Go ICC TV Red Station. Hear Mr. Adam Gore, voice of the Indians, on that call. Our women's basketball team will be in semifinals, Region 23 semifinals action, playing Northwest tomorrow night at 7:30 at Pearl River. You'll need to get on Pearl River's website, and all of our social media sites will be posting, stations, how you can watch that if you're not able to make it down to Popularville. And then we will have also on our social media about the finals. We're expecting both of our teams to be there because they have both had great seasons. And check all of our social media outlets and letsgoicc.com for all that action. Baseball
Finished up with a sweep. They won 5-3 over Mississippi Delta there in Game 2 in 8 innings. So found a way to pull that out in Game 2 and get the big sweep to start out conference play.
And that is 7 in a row, if I'm not wrong, for our baseball team. There were 5 in a row coming in that. So that's 7 in a row, and they will be in action here at Roy Crescent Field with a 2 p.m. start, weather permitting, this Saturday against Meridian. Softball, like we said, will be at Meridian this Saturday with a 1 p.m. start, weather permitting, and they'll be home the next Saturday against Hines, 1 p.m. Start. Please check all of our social media accounts at Let's Go ICC ICC.com, and any of those different social medias. You got a lot more out there than I do, all you people listening, Facebook, Instagram, all that stuff. But I want to say thank you to Colin Minga, being my sidekick today, carrying us. Him and Cal Brown, Adam Gore getting us set up and then run off and leaving us. But no, we know Adam does a great job.
Adam does a fantastic job.
Does.
Tune back into softball. He'll be back on the call next week when we're back at home, as Coach Kirk said. And tune in. If you can't make it over to the Davis Event Center, tune in on our Let's Go ICC TV Red channel for our men's action tonight. And you'll get to hear Mr. Adam Gore do his thing. Yeah. And Mr. Jim on the call with him tonight.
I believe Mr. Jim is on the DL right now. That's what I heard.
Okay.
He has not let that be known, but that was what I got. But you know how that guy, Superman, he's liable to show, man.
He may show up.
You give him one Little Caesar pizza, and that guy's liable to be right in the middle of the action, and nobody expecting him to do anything. I've never seen anybody like him. But yes, you'll probably have Adam Gore, Michael Upton, the A crew back at softball before long, and Casey Smith taking the pictures. So we thank everybody in our crew. Make this happen, and as always, roll Tribe.